That means it's the last January, not last January, it's the last January in the world. No, it's not. It's the last Saturday in January this year, which means February next week. It's the last Saturday in January this year. It's the last Saturday.
Is this month ever gonna end?
Hello there. Good morning. It is Saturday, the 31st of January 2026. Now I know it's still January and I know that it's Saturday. I did say last week that it was the last Saturday of January, but I was wrong. I accept that. This month just seems never to end. But it is February tomorrow, so there is an end in sight. Now, I had planned to go to Coventry today as it's my Nendy, but I've come to Brueton parkrun, which I did, I think it was 4 months ago I did it last. I went around in about 29 minutes. But I've decided to come here today because Brooks have got a running event on where they are allowing you to try the Ghost trail shoes. Now, I've been looking for some trail shoes and it's just a good opportunity. It's always nice to run in a different pair of shoes that you don't have to pay for. So I've got them on. I'll show you in a moment. They do feel like the heel's slipping a little bit, so I'm going to have a bit of a warm-up. If they're not good, I'm going to pop my other shoes back on. So we'll see how they go. Plus, it's all on tarmac, so I'm not entirely sure why we've gone for trail shoes today, but Brooks do market them as suitable for both road and trail, and they have got good grip, so they seem fine. They look nice as well. But anyway, like I say, 29 minutes. I am not going all out today like last week. I did a run yesterday. You may have seen my short, but I really wasn't feeling it yesterday. Was just, I got it done, but it just wasn't a good run. So anyway, I'm going to get warmed up now and try out these shoes. See you in a bit. Well, I'd say that the Brooks shoes seem to be okay. They don't seem to be significantly different to my Glycerins that I normally wear. I do normally wear the GTS, whereas these are the neutral version. I mean, normally you don't really need a supportive shoe in trail running, is my understanding anyway. But yeah, they seem okay. I don't know how they'll be after 5k. A blister the size of my nose. We'll see.
So the white line is sacrosanct. Wasn't that sacrosanct last week, was it, ladies and gents? But this week it's got to be sacrosanct. Please, 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 keep to the left.
Yeah, she has been doing. She just got out of the way.
Wait for it. Wait for it. And we are off. Right, let's get this run underway. Oh no, wait, we've stopped. Is it because there are so many people here? A bit of a bottleneck at the start? I said on my previous Brueton video that they have some starting on the grass to the left and some on the path to the right, and we all have to merge together very quickly. There's people craning their necks trying to see what's going on up ahead, but there's so many people I couldn't see anything. Okay, so now we have started. Flipping heck. No 1, 2, 3 or anything. Perhaps I was too far back to hear it. Right, so it seems that the first start wasn't a start at all, so the clock is about 26 seconds fast, but we are now underway. There's lots and lots of people here today. The run director said they had around 150 people at the first timers briefing. It's likely that many will be going on to the running show at the NEC after the parkrun, hence the higher numbers. There's only one incline on this course, but you do it 3 times, and it's immediately as you start the run. At the top of the incline, we run past the Brueton and sportshoes tents, going a little slower than I would like. The woman on the left is demonstrating top-notch multitasking by running and using their phone at the same time. Excellent stuff. Is this viewpoint what it's like for really tall people like Andy Rayner, aka the FOD runner, or Ben Parks, aka Ben Parks? As much as I would love to run around holding the camera with my arm in the air to give you the experience of running as a really tall person, I can't do that, as A, my arm gets tired, and B, it looks a bit silly. Hey, at least it's not like when I first started doing these videos, where all you saw was the person in front's backside. Ignore the timer in the top left as we go through kilometre 1 in 6:12. We see first place come through on the right in a moment. It looks like there was quite the battle for first and second today, as they finished very close to each other, coming in at 16:38 and 16:39 respectively. I mean, they're the kind of finish times I couldn't even imagine. I doubt I'll even get close to 20 minutes. I was somewhat surprised with how wet the course was today, as for the next kilometre or so, there are lots of unavoidable puddles, as we have to run on the left side of the line, and I ended up with very soggy socks. At least it wasn't my socks getting wet this week, as I was wearing the Brueton, though they were definitely not in any way waterproof. Not that my normal running shoes are. This is part of the loop at one end of the course. Again, lots of puddles to be found. We come round into the sun before heading back towards the two-way traffic. We rejoin the main path and see that there are lots of runners coming the other way. Staying left of the white line is essential, but it also means it can be tricky to overtake. Running on the grass to the left isn't really an option, as it's basically just mud. As such, we sit here doing a slightly slower pace than I'd like until the opportunity to overtake arises. And there is that opportunity now as we push on through. We run past Red Top and head... What? No, Red Top is not giving up. In fact, that was very much a failed attempt to overtake. After that slow start, I've picked it up for kilometre 2 at 5:40. We're back where we started and about to head up the incline for the second time. Unfortunately, this is where things start to go amiss. I don't know if it's that I've done a total of 29 kilometres in the last few days, but I start to not feel great. I wasn't really pushing it hard today, but I did feel a bit nauseous as I went up the incline. As I got to the top, where the Brueton tent is, I find myself having to walk for a short time, and I do feel a little shaky.
Not going well today. Oh well, it's always next week.
Here you go.
It's easy to blame the shoes, but I think it's a combination of the shoes, the clothes I'm wearing. I was overly warm, having worn 2 layers. We actually run past my car soon, and I was very tempted to detour and remove a layer. And the overall workload at the moment is probably causing some issues. We skip forward to the end of kilometre 3, which I do in a sluggish 6:12.
So it's not going great. The slowest time I've run so far for a good long while. Is it the shoes? Or is it my training load has increased and therefore I'm just being a bit more tired? I don't know. But as I went up that hill, I felt really nauseous again. That's why I had to walk.
Now, you might think If you're struggling, why are you talking to the camera? And that is a very fair point. But bizarrely, I didn't actually feel that tired. My breathing was not overly laboured, and it was a very different picture to the Isabel Trail effort from last week. I just felt like actually pushing myself to run was the real struggle today, which is why I thought it might have been the shoes, as some will make running feel challenging, whereas other shoes, with a rocker for example, will actively push you forward. Kilometre 4 is done in 5:53. It's a 2-lapper, so you've seen the rest of this kilometre already, so we'll skip forward to the end. I think that course designers who finish on a hill, and I'm looking at you, Cannon Hill, have a particularly perverse sense of humour. Ignore the clock, I go over the line with an official parkrun time of 29:36.
Hey guys.
An efficient 2-funnel system is in use today due to the number of people running.
Well, that was one of the slowest times that I've ran in a long time. Really struggled today for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I suppose the most obvious thing would be the shoes were different. So were they the biggest contributing factor? Perhaps. They felt all right. They're comfortable. They fitted well. They were, I had the normal Brooks size I wear, and they seemed good size-wise. But I suspect they're best for true trail runs rather than the tarmac we ran on today. Maybe a combination trail and road run, they might be alright for those sort of things, but purely path as is here, I don't think they do the job for that at all. So I've also got 2 layers on, and it is actually a lot warmer than I was expecting. So it's supposed to be about 5 degrees, but it feels a lot warmer. So I think the combination of 2 things, plus the increased workload I've been doing over the last few weeks, is maybe it's come to a head, and I just having one of those days. Anyway, there's always next week, as I say. So I'll keep plodding on. Can't always be super fast. I think it was sub 30 in the end though, so it's not a total loss. Right, anyway, so I'm going to get back. Running show tomorrow, or rather it will be 5 days ago when this video comes out. But all the best. Thank you for coming, and if I don't see you before, you have a lovely Christmas. Ta-ra. Is this month ever going to end?